Welcome to Chiaroscuro, the Art of Living Life. This video is going to be a tarot quickie, just a little quickie reading, and it will be about why am I seeing repeating numbers like 111, 1111, 555, 333, any of those numbers you may be seeing. It's going to be less about what those numbers actually mean, but just kind of generally what is the message being sent to you when you are seeing these repeating numbers. We have 3 piles to choose from. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. There will be a snapshot of the cards and the stones in time-stamped in the description box below. So if you want to pause the video at that picture and kind of, if you need more time to determine which pile is right for you, where your intuition is going, feel free to do so. There are timestamps for the piles in the description as well. If you are a new viewer, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, thank you for your support. And just a couple of quick things to mention. This is a timeless reading, so if I recorded it a year ago, it doesn't really matter. If you were still drawn to the reading, it's still the message is still applicable to you. If other people's energies show up in the reading, the energies could be vice versa. So if I'm saying you're doing this and somebody else is doing this, those energies could actually be swapped. So just take it as it resonates, and keep in mind that these are general readings. So if some things may not resonate with you, some things may. Just take what does resonate, because that will be the message for you, and then leave what does not. And thank you guys for watching. I'm going to move on to pile number 1. If you chose pile number 1, for your reading, this is going to be the reading for you on why am I seeing repeating numbers? What's the message behind the repeating numbers? Waxing crescent moon, have faith in your dreams. You may be feeling a little bit frustrated. Maybe the things that you are working on, the dreams that you're working on building, you're not actually seeing anything coming into fruition quite yet. But what this is saying is have faith. That doesn't mean that energetically things aren't in the works. You may be in the process of manifesting something. It just hasn't happened yet because it is in the works. So this is about the signs. When you see those repeating numbers, it's encouragement. Keep going, keep working, keep chasing, keep building your dreams, keep doing. If you're not actually doing, maybe you're a little bit discouraged and you're kind of like, maybe I shouldn't put any more effort into this. This is saying keep putting in effort, keep doing it. Have faith in them. Don't give up. You will reap the rewards of the effort that you have put into the dreams. It just needs time to manifest. So that's what the repeating numbers are telling you. Wow. These are all major arcana cards. You have 5 out of 6 cards are major arcana cards. So this is 100% a message from the universe. Your guides, your ancestors, angels, God, the universe, whatever you connect to, they are trying to get through to you. That your dreams are a big deal. And it's kind of like, don't lose sight of what's fulfilling to you. Keep following your heart. Keep investing. This is a starting point. It is an ace. So it is the start. You're not at the start anymore necessarily, but it isn't something that has been fully developed. You're not at the end either. So give it time to develop. It's kind of like you're kind of close to the beginning of it, like you have started it, but it certainly hasn't developed into what it's supposed to be yet. This is kind of about keep moving forward. Keep going for it. Like, even when you don't know where you're going or how it's going to happen or how it's going to turn out. You don't have to know how it's going to turn out because we have the world here. It's going to be complete. You are going to complete it, but how it gets completed is probably going to be a little bit different than how you think it's going to. So kind of hold on to the end goal of what you want and be a little bit more flexible with how that actually happens. Because the way the path there is unclear to you. So as long as you're focused on where you want to go, you don't need to know the path. Just keep working on it. Keep doing what you're going to do. Keep trying stuff. Keep putting effort into it. And then the goal is achieved. You will reach that. Just in, I think, a way that is a little bit different than the way that you're anticipating. Which is partly why I think you're seeing these repeating numbers. They could also be a sign that this is the right direction. Whatever you're thinking, whatever you're feeling in that moment when you're seeing those repeating numbers, it's encouragement that you're going in the right direction. Or it could also be that it's maybe you may need to adjust your mindset a little bit to not go into fear. I don't know how this is going to happen. It's unknown, and so now I'm afraid. Just keep going. Just keep doing it. And reshift your focus to the end goal. Because you will achieve it. And then, oh man, we have the star and the tower. So this is the guidance. This is the divine guidance here. The guidance from the universe, guiding you on your path, on your purpose. I also think a little bit, you may have to open up a little bit more. I think that's a little bit scary. In order for you to achieve what it is that you're looking to achieve, what your dreams are, you may have to make yourself a little bit more vulnerable, put yourself out there a little bit more, which that seems really scary and unstable to you. So that could also be a reminder that when you see those repeating numbers, maybe you're kind of relying on an old way of doing things and you actually have to expand and kind of get out there a little bit more. I also think that in order for you to get where you're going, certain things have to get out of your way that aren't conducive to you achieving your dreams. So though it may feel like your dreams aren't being achieved and that it isn't going anywhere, this is actually a cleansing period. The star does come directly after the tower, I believe. Yep, in the tarot. So when things fall, the things that are built on a faulty foundation, this looks like, when you're standing here, it looks like it's built on the ground, but that cliff doesn't go all the way down. It's not actually stable to have that tower built there. So the things that are in the way of you getting to where you're going, you have to clear them first so that it is an easy path for you to achieve your dreams. So it may feel like you're not achieving anything, but you're actually paving the way for your dreams at the moment. And it may not quite be so visible because it can be a little less clear with the star. Other than just kind of trusting. The star is like when the dust settles. After the tower crumbles, the dust settles. And you're kind of exposed and you don't have the tower there anymore. So you're kind of out there on your own. Which is good, because the tower wasn't working for you anyway. But you can't really see quite so clearly with all the dust in the air. So there's just kind of this big star guiding you, which you can kind of see, but it isn't shining a lot of light, just kind of a soft glow of the universe, just softly encouraging you on your way to clear the things that are in the way of your dreams, so that you can be in the position to actually make them happen. So those repeating numbers are also a reminder you're not actually stagnant. There's more going on here than what you think. You are moving closer to your dreams. We've just got to get rid of some stuff out of your way first, before those dreams are achievable. We're basically paving the way so that there are no obstacles to your dreams. We just have to get it ready now. So you aren't not going anywhere. You are going somewhere. So keep working on those dreams. Keep working on moving forward, because once this path opens up, pew, it'll be blast off. All right. This concludes the Tarot Quickie for Why Am I Seeing Repeating Numbers for pile number 1. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. And I'm going to move on to deck number 2. If you picked deck number 2 for this will be the reading for you on why am I seeing repeating numbers right now. So let's see kind of the general theme that's trying to be communicated to you. Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. So I think that this is kind of, I feel almost like it's you standing up for your own authenticity. So it's detaching from situations that aren't true to you so that you can spend your time engaging in situations that are true to you. There may even be issues with you being authentic. So the repeating numbers could indicate like if you're seeing them and you're thinking about a situation, or you're in a situation where it's kind of like, hey, show the real you, stand up for the real you, detach from the stuff that isn't in alignment with the real you. Don't worry about letting something go that no longer serves you, because it isn't it isn't in alignment with you anymore. So it's standing up for yourself, for the real authentic you. You may be hiding the real you too. Maybe you're in a situation where you're kind of compromising the real authentic you in order to make it work. And this is time to just to be you. Those repeating numbers are be your authentic self. It's also dual message. Detach from the toxic stuff. Let's see what we've got going on here. So I'm definitely feeling some hesitation on rocking the boat. You've kind of got yourself in a situation. There's a situation you feel kind of trapped in. Part of it is of your own creation, because I don't think that you haven't stood up for what you want in a particular situation. So now you're in this anxiety-filled kind of place. You're kind of trapped even with your own mind. But I feel like you're just feeling trapped in this situation, whatever this will be. And as a result, you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do because you're kind of like, how did I get here? How did I get into this situation? I don't know the way out. I don't know what to do. And everything I'm trying is not working. Everything that you have tried, except what you haven't tried is being true to you. So this is working with others about what you want, what fulfills your heart, that emotional connection. So there's a connection either to a person, a thing, a dream. You're not telling people what you want. And so they can't. Now you're trapped in a situation where probably your needs aren't being met, because you haven't articulated, you haven't talked to them, you haven't worked with them, and stood up for what you wanted. Hey, in a constructive way. Like, this isn't, I'm going to tear you down and say you're not giving me X, Y, and Z. It's kind of like, oh, hey, people aren't mind readers. I love you, but I want to talk to you about this because I do have this want over here in this connection, in this relationship that's important to me. I'm seeing some fear attached to you doing this, and that's why you are in this situation. That's why you're feeling trapped. You're feeling stuck, because you don't know what to do to get your needs met. So when you're seeing these repeating numbers, this is a sign for you to express yourself truly to who you are. And I think that this is you kind of being afraid that you're going to rock the boat. So you're hesitating because you don't want to create any conflict. Because you're afraid that whomever this is with, this could be love, and any kind of, this is very relationship based. Whatever ship it is, whatever kind of relationship, you're afraid that you will be seen as like attacking in how when you communicate it to them, and that it's going to create utter complete stalemate, somebody even withdrawing from you, somebody letting you go maybe, because then they're really unhappy. So that's a toxic relationship. If you are in a relationship where you can't tell somebody what you want and and have it be received. Because anybody that truly, sincerely cares, who really has love in their heart for you, is going to say, oh man, I don't want you to feel that way. Okay, let's work together to figure out a way to fix this and build this into something better. Let's work together. You know, maybe they have ideas you don't know about. And so you have this fear of standing up for yourself, of saying what it is you want because you think they're going to leave. And those repeating numbers are telling you, stand up for yourself. It's time. It doesn't really matter, honestly. It doesn't matter whether they leave or they stay. This is all about you having the confidence and the value in yourself to say, well, look, this is what I want. And if they leave, they weren't right for you. Let them go. Because showing the world the real you, being the real you, expressing the real you, the real unique version of you, is what's going to attract somebody to you that will like that. So if you aren't showing the real you, you're attracting somebody with a fake version of you. And then when you show the real you and they don't like it, you're, upset and feel rejected, but you did play a part by not showing them the real you to begin with. So I'm not seeing how this goes, because I don't think it's important. It's important for you to stand up for what you want, and either it's a toxic relationship, they don't respond well, and they move on, which makes space for then you to be your authentic self and attract somebody who appreciates that, or they actually will work with you, and all of this fear and all of this anxiety and all of this feeling trapped that you've built up for yourself disappears, because they'll actually work with you. It's something that you've created in your head, and and they're going to say, oh, well, I didn't know this. Why didn't you tell me? I'm happy to work with you. Why didn't you tell me? I care about you. I want to work this out. And they won't run if it's a healthy relationship. I would watch how you express yourself. We do have the Knight of Swords here. The Knight of Swords can be real zesty. So if you've let something build up to the point that you can't talk to somebody about it in a compassionate manner, and you just kind of do it in an attacking way, most people aren't going to respond well to that at all. So you may want to watch the manner in which you are delivering something, because if you're getting zesty and aggressive, nobody's going to respond to that well, and you're actually going to end up pushing somebody away with that behavior. Make sure to come at it from a place of love and from a place of, how do we work this out together? I don't want to feel like this. I want to get this resolved. Instead of holding this inside, because that's not really a relationship. If you aren't telling people your grievances, it's not really a relationship then. It's just this one other person running the show, and you're not putting in any input. Wow. So that's those repeating numbers. It's telling you to be you. Authentically express yourself. Without shame, without guilt. Don't be zesty about it. Zesty, because that's not actually authentically expressing yourself. That's just anger and ego. You don't want to go into that vibe. But through love and compassion and wanting to work something out with somebody in a way where it's like, it's not about ego. It's not about being right or wrong. It's just like, hey, this is my want here. This is what I want. How can we make this happen together? I don't know how to make this happen. Do you have any ideas? And either, if delivered correctly, the person will either want to work with you, which is great. You're going to have a way healthier relationship with them, or they're going to run away because because you gave them a different version of you to begin with, and that just means that they're not right for you, which makes space for you to actually work on being yourself and expressing yourself authentically, so that you can attract somebody who actually appreciates you for you. This concludes the reading for pile number 2. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below if you like the reading. And I'm going to move on to deck number 3. If you chose pile number 3 for your reading, this is going to be the reading for you on why am I seeing repeating numbers. A fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. So there's a potentially conflicting situation going on. You may be fighting with somebody or fighting something. Tempers can run high in this. People can be overreacting. It's a lot of Aries energy. I think Aries is also the first sign in the zodiac. So there may be people behaving a little bit immaturely involved in this situation, including yourself. You could be quick to temper, quick to emotion, quick to judgment, quick to temper, quick to conflict, and potentially overreacting to something. I'm not sure if you have all of the information on what's going on. I think you're quick to make a judgment, and that's part of the issue. Is that when you're seeing repeating numbers, it's flagging this. That hey, slow down. Slow it down. Let's see what's going on. So you feel like you've been betrayed, or you've betrayed somebody else, but I'm getting the feeling more for those of you watching this, you're feeling that you've been betrayed and you are angry. You feel very hurt and very betrayed by somebody's kind of cold demeanor, perhaps. Perhaps they've also been zesty with their words. They may have hurt you with words that they have said. They may have said purposefully hurtful things, although this energy is upright. So it's not expressing itself in an alternate way. It's actually speaking the truth. So you could have your feelings hurt by somebody telling you the truth. You could be hurt by the truth. And as a result, you're reacting poorly to it. Instead of absorbing the truth and understanding it and learning from it, you are feeling betrayed by the fact that somebody pointed out the truth to you. Instead of learning from it, because these aren't reversed energies. These are upright. So on the negative, it can be cold energy, but I think it's some kind of truth you didn't really want to hear that's made you angry. That hurt you. Maybe somebody told you their truth and you didn't agree with it. When you see these repeating numbers, it's telling you to stop the fighting. Conclude the fighting. Because you've got... You're guilty of this as well, but you do have parties that are fighting and nobody's listening. You're so hurt and you're reacting so strongly. Like, I think this person doesn't even understand why you are upset, because they just told the truth and you're acting like it's the end of the world, because it probably isn't what you wanted to hear. So it's almost like there's an immature element of trying to make something be something it's not. Like, well, I don't want to hear that. That's not how I want it to be. I'm not going to listen. I'm just going to try to make it be what I want it to be. And so this fighting has to stop. Perhaps you're quick to conflict, quick to fight, quick to go after somebody, quick to get zesty with your words when somebody says something you don't want to hear. And those repeating numbers are telling you that watch that temper. Watch it. Because this situation can be resolved, but it isn't going to be resolved with temper, with force, with harsh words, the way that you've been doing it. That's not the way that it's going to be resolved. It can be resolved, You know, there's a climax coming, there's a resolution coming. And if you continue to engage in that fiery energy, it's going to be a nasty one. Or you could that climax, that resolution, it can come and you can get out of your ego and actually have a real conversation about it and not overreact and not get defensive because somebody told you their truth and it wasn't what you wanted to hear. And then something can actually be resolved. There is a way forward. Those repeating numbers are telling you there's a way that this can be resolved. There is a way forward. You may have to have a little bit of patience because the way forward right now is not super clear. Emotions are too high. All parties, the emotions are too much. There's too many emotions swirling around. Too many ways where people are running hot and cold and they're changing their mind by every 30 minutes because those emotions are so high, they're so intense. So you're going to have a little bit of patience. Slow it down. Maybe even wait for this person to come to you when they've calmed down. Or maybe say, I need some time to calm down. We're going to have to wait because I can't see clearly right now. You know, I'm really hurt by this. I may be overreacting. I need some time to calm down so that I can be in the position to actually talk about this and figure out the way forward in a way that makes sense so that I'm not just like going at you. Because I'm hurt right now and I'm PO'd and I need to calm down. So those repeating numbers are telling you to slow it down. Watch your temper. Watch how you may be overreacting to something, and be open to the fact that if somebody tells you their truth and you don't like it, throwing a temper tantrum isn't going to change it. They just were honest with you. They just told you their truth. They respected you enough to tell you the truth. And instead of you respecting them enough to respond in a caring way because they care enough about you to tell you their truth, you threw a fit because it wasn't what you wanted to hear. So that needs to calm down. That's what those repeating numbers are saying. It's creating it's making things bigger than they need to be because there is a way forward. It's not clear right now, but it will be. So it's telling you, calm down. You're okay. There is a way that this can be resolved, but you got to get yourself centered. You need to rebalance. You're not in alignment with yourself. So when you have this conversation, you're in danger of messing it all up because you aren't in the place to actually work it out. You just want what you want right now, which is to throw a fit. So call your friends, throw a fit with your friends or something like that. You know, get it out. Exercise. Figure out a way to release these emotions that aren't beating up on somebody so that you can be in the position to work it out, so that you don't have to carry around this betrayal, these feelings. Because it does look like somebody did hurt you. What they said may have been hurtful. Because sometimes the truth hurts, but that doesn't mean it is wrong. If somebody has the courage to tell you their truth, that's a big deal. So this is a little bit like it's time. Then those repeating numbers are kind of like it's time for you to grow up. You got to get that temper under control now. You can work this out. But you're going to have to learn a new way of communicating, a higher level of communicating that isn't just about you. Because if you have a relationship, any kind of relationship, it takes two. If you make it all about you, it's just you, and it's just a relationship of one with somebody else just kind of like along for the ride of one. And that's not actually a relationship. That's a you-ship. So there has to be space for somebody else to have their needs too. Their wants, their truth. Maybe it's time to let it go. Maybe the climax is that things end, but they can end amicably, where you're not in that pain and that anger and that hurt. It can end in a totally different way. But I see things getting resolved. I think you just need some space. You need to slow it down. You need to get your temper under control and switch that perspective to the, though they may have said the truth and the truth may have hurt, they respected you enough to tell you the truth. They cared enough about you to be honest. And that's a big deal. You can work with that. You can use that to shift the narrative of how you're viewing the situation. All right. Thank you for watching. I hope that helps. This concludes the reading. If you like the reading, please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. And thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time.